I'm only here briefly to introduce Madeline Terbasket. Pronounce name that. Madeline is a two-spirit performing artist. I'm supposed to stand closer to the mic to make it work. It's a two-spirit performing artist. They do traditional storytelling, filmmaking, burlesque, and drag. Madeline is Seal, Ho-Chunk, and Anishinaabe. Madeline Terbasket is reimagining traditional stories with their physical comedy, queerness, and vulnerability.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here, and I'm so excited to share my stories with you. The first one I'm going to tell is my classic story. This is my favorite story that my mom told me. Every time we passed this huge white streak on the mountain in the Smilkmead, I was like, "Mom, please tell me the story again." Every time, and she did. So this story is ingrained in my body, my soul, everything. Here we go. I'm going to tell you how the streak got on the mountain. One day, Coyote was doing his thing, walking around, sniffing his own butt. And then, all of a sudden, he looked up in the sky and saw eagle flying overhead. Looking all majestic. Coyote was pissed. Hey, those are my ways. I want to look that cool. I want to be able to fly. So, he did the one thing he could think to do. He wasn't very fit, so he wasn't very good at this, but he climbed to the top of the mountain. And he finally made it to the top. Woo! And it was pretty freaking steep. So for his clan, he had to get some things together. So he grabbed some sticks, some leaves. He even found one of Eagle's feathers. And he put it all together and made his own stupid wings. Put them on. He was ready. But where was Eagle? I want him to see this. So he waited. He saw Eagle. So he got ready. And he did it! He jumped! Woo! 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 Oh my God, I'm doing it! I'm freaking doing it! He was catching airwaves. Everything was awesome. Until it wasn't. He started falling. Etc. He died. He freaking died. He's always doing this. Like Corley said, he's always freaking dying. So, Kasapi times. A long time ago. There was no time. People didn't know. Oh, it's 2:30. No fucking way, man. So, time passes. We don't know how long. His brother Fox finally comes along and sees this whole mess. Coyote's bits and pieces everywhere. So he does his job, his brotherly love. He picks up the pieces, finds his tail, finds his paw, finds his messed up butthole, finds his little peepee, puts it all in a pile, says his frickin' prayers, and jumps over it 4 times. Count with me.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And he blew life back into Coyote. And Coyote came back to life. Why'd you wake me up? I was just sleeping, jeez. And Coyote went off. And Fox was like, gotta do this for the rest of my life? Jeez. So, you know what that streak is, right? That's Coyote's blood, guts, tears, and a whole lot of poop. So that streak is still there to this day to remind us. What do you think it's there to remind us of?
Don't jump off a cliff.
Don't jump off a cliff.
Don't pretend to be something you're not.
Don't pretend to be something you're not. Anything else? I think we got it. Don't try to act cool. So, yeah, my mom told me that story, and I've told it in a TED Talk, TEDx Talk, and made a film about it that you can see on YouTube. And I just am obsessed with this story, as you can tell. So I did a artist in residency with UBCO last year, and what I focused on was really telling stories that I want to see in our communities. And what I want to see is more queer representation. Yeah. So in our stories, they used to have queer characters, our traditional stories. They had stories about them, and but since residential school, colonialism, genocide, those characters have been taken out due to shame. And I don't think that's right. So I'm here and I'm putting these queer characters back into our stories. And this one is called Welcome Home. Badger was sick and tired of their local powwow. It was so gendered, men and women. Young Badger wanted to dance chicken at the powwow, but were too afraid to be the only one dancing chicken who was not clearly a man. They wanted to move to the city when they grew up so that they could be whoever they wanted to be. Every night, they had vivid dreams of dancing in the arbor. They could feel the jingles on their feet, the bustle on their back, and the feathers on their head. They could hear the pounding of the drum. Every morning, they cried because it was just a dream. One day, Badger's mom came into their bedroom in the morning and saw them crying. "What's wrong, sweetie?" They were afraid to tell anyone about their dream. I want to dance chicken at the powwow. There was a huge lump in their throat. Badger's mom didn't know what to say. "You don't want to dance jingle or fancy? What about traditional?" "No, Mom, I don't. Chicken is for men, though. You're not a man." I don't think I'm a girl. I'm two-spirit. Badger's mom was surprised but very supportive. She said, "Oh, honey, I'll love you no matter what. If you want to dance chicken, I will make you your regalia." Badger's mom spent hours and hours making beautiful regalia for her child. She put all of her motherly love into the beadwork, assembling the feathers to make a bustle, and creating fancy dancing moccasins. News of young Badgers coming out spread across the village. Badger's mom went to the organizers of the powwow. They decided to include a two-spirit special in the next one, but they kept it a secret from Badger. Every day, young Badger practiced their footwork. They danced until they could taste their sweat. Their powwow CD was played over and over again. They watched chicken dancing on YouTube and copied their moves. Finally, their regalia was finished. Badger put on all the pieces and looked at themselves in the mirror. They felt so whole and valid, and they felt the love put into every stitch. The powwow was just around the corner. "Mom, I'm scared. What if everyone laughs at me?" "Oh, don't you worry about that. I'll spank anyone that does. You're special. You've worked hard for this." The day came. Badger smelled the grass in the arbor, the sweet smell of sage, the fry bread stand. They braided their hair and put on their regalia. And the MC announced, "This year we wanted to show our pride. We have a community that we have forgotten to include. For that, we are very sorry. This year, we're having a two-spirit special!" Badger was so excited. They danced around the arbor alone, but they imagined their ancestors dancing with them. They danced for all the ones who could not dance the style they wanted, the ones who were too afraid, the ones who weren't allowed to be themselves. Their head bobbed with the beat of the drum. Their moves were on point, just real chicken-like. They had been dreaming of it for a long time, so of course they went all out. By the time they looked up and looked around, everyone was standing. Badger felt so honored. News of the two-spirit special spread across Indian country, and the next year, the arbor was full of people like Badger. They danced loud and proud. I just think it's so important for our young people to hear stories of queer people being allowed to be themselves, being seen and accepted for who they are. I didn't get that growing up. I grew up in a very conservative place. There's a lot of hicks and stuff in the lower Similkameen, a lot of ranchers, and it took me a long time to tell people who I was and to even realize that there was an indigenous concept of being queer. And that's so sad that we don't have that. Just like screaming from the rooftops for everybody to know that. I just didn't know till I was in my 20s. Like, I wish I knew it growing up. I could have been, I could have, like, I guess, had people use the proper pronouns for me my whole life. My family would have, like, been able to practice more, I guess. Thank you for being here with my tears. Yeah, so that's why I tell these stories, and that's why I think they're so important. Thank you. um, so, my next story is one that I wrote while I was at the Okanagan Center, and my dad was my teacher. And I wrote this story because I wanted to talk about alcohol in our communities, not from a black and white perspective, but from one that sees like moderation is possible and it's okay to drink. Like, it just seems so black and white in our communities. So I wrote Indian Bar. "Welcome to Indian Bar," she said, as she opened the bright red door. "Holy, smells real native," I thought. I recognized the scent instantly. Sister Sage Smokeless Smudge. On the wall, there is a big neon sign blaring Indian Bar. And underneath was a plaque that read, "No whites allowed." Wondered if they were serious. If so, 25% of me had to wait outside in the car with pop and chips. Every day here is different. Monday is slam poetry. Tuesday's open mic. Wednesday's bingo. Thursday is... what's Thursday? Pool tourney. And then it's Fried Red Friday. And then on Saturday, DJ Skoden plays here. My friend Darkfeather filled me in. I looked around and saw all kinds of Indians. There were hipster Indians, powwow hotties, ratchet res kids, indigenous activists, and even some serious looking scholars. Holy, this is cool. We walked to the bar, and I accidentally burst into laughter. The bartender was a hotter version of Wob Canoe. Damn, I thought, I'd paddle that canoe. "Tell her the special," Darkfeather shouted over the electric powwow music. "The special is the Red Road, a cranberry vodka." "I'll walk the red road," I said. And he gave me my drink, and I looked to the left of me and saw a print of a naked native woman masturbating with ancestors emerging from her vagina. Holy! That's pretty epic. Then I looked to the right of me. There was a pop art image of Sitting Bull with a gas mask on. There was art from all over Turtle Island on the walls. Wow. And then all of a sudden, the host yelled, "Welcome everybody! Tonight is a very special night. It is Singles Night!" Darkfeather did not mention this when she told me to get all prettied up. Good thing I wore my beaded rainbow earrings. So, the host was like explaining how this thing was going to go. So, we have name tags here. Please put your name, pronouns, nations, and what genders you are seeking. So everyone did that, and then we milled around the room. When the host yelled, "Okay!" we matched up with the person nearest to us. If we weren't seeking the same thing, we were just free to have a friendly conversation. But if we did match, we had to recite our family lineage. Make sure we weren't related. I matched with a sexy spoken word poet. I am ready to start the next generation. He checks off all the boxes on my list. Native, intelligent, and bangable. I love Indian bar. Thank you. See where we're at. Okay. Here's another queer story for you. This one is more about sexuality, who you love. It's called The Lonely Sparrow. Kasabi. A long time ago, there was a sparrow. She was lonely as heck. She talked to Creator. Creator, I'm so lonely. Please send me someone to love. Creator said, if you sing me my favorite song every day until the next full moon, I will send you someone to love. So every day, Sparrow woke up and sang, ooh, ah, do, 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 ah, ah, ah. Creator loved Sparrow's song. He loved it so much that they didn't want it to end. At the next full moon, Sparrow was excited sexually. But Creator didn't want this singing thing to stop, so he proposed a new deal. If you keep singing till the next full moon, I will give you another special someone. Sparrow thought about it. Having two people to love would mean double the love. Sparrow would never be lonely again with two lovers. So she accepted the deal and kept singing every day for Creator. She even added dance moves. Ooh, ah, do, do, do. Ah, ah, ah. She wasn't very good at dancing. She was getting kind of sick of singing every day for Creator, but she kept her eyes on the prize. Two lovers. Two people to spend her life with. So she got really into it, thinking about her future lovers. Ooh, ah, do, 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 ah, ah, ah. The dance was getting real rank. Creator didn't want to shame her, but it was making them kind of uncomfortable. Anyways, the full moon shone bright, and Sparrow sang her song to Creator, and Creator fulfilled her wish. A cute quail and a gorgeous robin flew down from the sky. It was as if they were in slow motion. Sparrow was so happy. Then they got closer. Sparrow realized they were both men. Shit, I forgot to tell Creator that I wanted women Lars. She had never been with women before, but knew that she wanted to be. Creator felt really bad for assuming Sparrow's sexual orientation. Sparrow, thank you. Thank you for this lesson that you have taught me. From now on, I will not assume. So, they sent the men away, and 2 sexy chickadees showed up. It was love at first sight. The chickadees and Sparrow lived happily together. They loved unconditionally, lived life to the fullest, and to this day, they're still together. And every day, Sparrow wakes up and sings her song to Creator in gratitude. Thank you. Now I have a poem that I wrote. So I'm doing this project with some other storytellers, and it's called Canoe Body, and it's about fat Indigenous people that are queer. And I'm so happy to be working on this project. So this piece is what I wrote for the video collaboration. I grew up loving the word husky, but I was still ashamed of my body. I was naturally a large kid, so I was teased. I swallowed people's hurtful words and hid them in my stomach. When I was 10, I wrote in my diary, "Will I be skinny when I'm older?" Sorry, but nope. Legs chubby with baby fat grew into thick, strong calves and juicy thighs. Cankles turned sturdy ankles. A stomach nervous and full of bullies' words transformed into a belly with thousands of stories to make everyone laugh. I'm tall and fat. I own it now. I have a frog bum, wide, long feet, and a big head. I'm not just tough. I'm two-spirit tough. I was built different. Soft skin passed down generations from my ancestors. When someone comments on my hands, I am reminded of my tupa, my great-grandma. Because of her, my whole family has soft hands. Water has taught me how to love my body. Water supports me fully. I float, feet up, and head peeking out, I feel weightless. Water has taught me I must be beautiful if the land is beautiful and I'm part of it all. My size does not dictate how lovable I am. I wish I could tell my 10-year-old self this. I wish I didn't waste my time on earth hating my body. This vessel is mine, and today I choose to love myself. Lim Lim Kolanchun, thank you, Creator. Thank you. Oh, that makes me emotional. So I wrote this rap in 2017, and it was a response to Canada 150, and I was really upset that we were celebrating a country that has been so horrible to my people, and I decided I was gonna express myself via this. I rewrote this song by Kanye called "I Love Kanye." So here we go. I miss the old Canada. Go with the flow, Canada. Matriarchs run the show, Canada. Two-spirit pride, Canada. We ride or die, Canada. I hate the new Canada. Colonial rule, Canada. I hate white supremacy, Canada. It's Trudeau, Canada. I miss Huckleberry, Canada. Respect your elders, Canada. Teachings on repeat, Canada. Rockin' moccasins on your feet, Canada. I used to love Canada. I didn't know Canada. I even wore the maple flag. I thought I was Canada. All I gotta say is, no, Canada. You're out of control, Canada. Go smudge your soul, Canada. And I love you like Canada loves Canada. So I have one last story for you, and it is about climate change. And I also wrote it while I was at the Naukin Center studying performing. And yeah, I just pray for this land, and yeah, you'll see this story is flying away in the wind. Okay, here we go. This story was passed down 0 generations. The world was too hot. It was Coyote's job to protect the people from monsters, so he decided to do something about it. Everyone blamed climate change on the dragon, breathing fire and creating forest fires. If dragon was responsible, Coyote would look the dragon of climate change in the eye and kill it. The world was so hot, Coyote got buck naked. The other animal people were both disgusted and intrigued. Why are you doing that, Sinclair? I'm gonna cool down the earth. So the other animal people got naked too and made protest signs in solidarity. The sign said, "Too hot to handle," and "It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes." Coyote knew exactly where Dragon lived. It was at the top of the mountain in an old abandoned castle. Like I told you earlier, Coyote is just not very fit. So it took him a long time to get there. And he forgot to eat before he left, so he was getting kind of hungry. He was going along on his journey. He spotted some Saskatoon berries. So he went over, all excited. They taste so good. As he got closer, he heard it weeping. The bush was weeping. All of its berries were shriveled up. No! So he had to just keep going. He saw Scampiste, the chief of all the animal people. If I eat a chief, will I become chief? So he crept up. He's gonna pounce on Bear. He knew he couldn't beat him just, mano a mano. So, crept up. But he saw a bear was hunched over, all depressed and sweaty. Ew! Probably tastes too salty. Gosh. So he kept going. What's with all this food being gone? all the food at? Jeez. And then he came across a river. It was black, and the salmon were belly up from the toxins. He didn't care though. He reached in and grabbed one and took a bite. He projectile vomited everywhere. So, he had no other choice but to keep going. He kept walking up the mountain. And then he remembered the other food chief, Speaklum, the root. So he dug into the earth. But they were all dried up. No! Why? I'm so hungry. Got over his little hissy fit. Just kept going. That's what he's got. He's got a plan. He's got to kill the dragon. And then, finally, he saw the dragon's castle. Come out and fight me, you Earth Destroyer! Nothing happened. He decided it was a terrible idea to go about it like this. So he crept up to the window and peeked inside. He saw a dragon crying with a dead baby dragon in her arms. Coyote was a little shocked and accidentally let out a little shriek. Ah! Dragon heard and shot fire through the window. Coyote narrowly escaped. His tail was singed. Coyote became angry. He called on his holy power. His poop. He was going to transform his poop into rocks, but decided poop was better. Dragon was like, what the hell? Dodged his poop. Got a little bit on the side. Why are you here, Sinclair? I'm here to destroy you, to protect the people. You're ruining the earth. No, I'm not. Well, why do you set all the trees on fire then? The trees begged me to light them on fire. They're tired of being logged and taken for granted. They wanted to send a message to the people to stop, to look at themselves in the mirror, those large companies too, and think about what they're doing to the future generations, to the land. Oh, okay. Where's the food at? So, dragon fed him some dragon fruit, obviously. Obviously. And, Sinclair took the message to the people with a bag of dragon fruit. And the people heard. They truly listened. They stopped logging, fracking, polluting. They changed their ways. And the world cooled down 2 degrees. And Dragon was able to have babies again. And the animal people like to be naked. So they stayed that way. Thank you. Okay, I think I'm just going to finish with one song. I just really wanted to sing today because that makes me really nervous. Okay, this is for this beautiful place that we're at. Woo! Birds drifting on by. You know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. No, 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 no. Stars, when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent of the pine, you know how I feel. Oh, freedom is mine, and I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. But I'm in my